hadn't seen that in a long time.
Yes.
Now, that was totally improvised. They gave us a little outline that said, ask him if he wants something to drink. Actually, Marty Brest, the director, did say, oh, Bronson, ask him if he wants an espresso with a little twist of lemon. And I said, oh, that sounds dumb. And then, and I did it anyway. And for the rest of time, every time I sit down in a restaurant, some waiter who thinks he's just thought it up comes over and asks me if I want espresso with a twist.
Yeah.
Right.
But they just said, you know, ask him if he wants something to drink and tell him. And it was just a little outline. And we shot like 30 of them. We just kept doing it.
It is one of the funniest things. We got to take a break, but when we come back, we will talk a little bit about Bronson's growing up, real life in a minute.
Bronson Pinchot is with us. When you look back, I know you were born in New York, and then don't look back there.
Don't look back.
Look back in your life.
Oh.
Born in New York, moved to California. What do you remember most about your growing up years?
It depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I remember, God, what if I've been in a flashback mood lately, and what do I keep doing? When I was growing up, I was obsessed, and I still am, but I was really obsessed with The Wizard of Oz. I used to like just think about it all the time, and I was a member of the International Wizard of Oz Club, and I just collected pieces of memorabilia from the movie. I actually had a really wonderful pen pal when I was a kid who's from Seattle, but he's actually at a Wizard of Oz convention now, named Rob McVeigh, who's probably well known to his friends as an Oz fanatic. But it was like a big thing in my life.
It was a big thing. I can remember being just obsessed with that.
I was obsessed with it, and I still am to a degree. But it was like a big part of my childhood, probably, and I think probably because, as I just saw a little snatch of it on something, and I said to a friend of mine, you know, I just realized why I love that movie, because it's all these people that are complete misfits who find friends and like make it after all. Which is the way I felt when I was a kid. But, you know, they're all, like, coming apart, you know, the straws all over the place, and they still somehow, like,
they
pull
put it all
together.
You're a single...
Huh?
Well, Mom was a single mom, and you are an only child?
No. I've got two brothers and a sister.
Single mom?
Single mom, yeah.
Would you describe it as a poor existence, financially?
Well, yeah, we were, yeah. We didn't have any money. We didn't have any food every other week. She used to get paid twice a month, and like most people who don't have too much money, and a lot that do but didn't have a lot of money when they were kids, she just would, like, you know, we'd all go out to, you know, Woolworth Diner or wherever and then the second part of the second week there would be no food, but we would just get excited about that next paycheck. It never occurred to anyone to maybe if you know,
budgeted along the way.
Slowly, but I still don't. I know, I still find myself in the hole because I still have that mentality.
Do you spend what you make?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
Let's take a phone call. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
Bronson?
Yeah.
I know you do your voice for Balky, and then I saw on Beverly did a voice. I was wondering what other voices you might do.
Oh, I do a lot of voices. I don't have a specific repertoire of like, you know, 5 or 6 that I just call upon, but I just like to do a lot of them. I mean, I just do whatever.
Did you start doing them as a kid?
I think so. I mean, I never said, I'm going to do a voice now.
No.
But, you know, most of the people in my family, when they're describing somebody that they met or an experience they had, they always do it in that person's voice. You know, nobody in my family ever says, and then he said, how are you? I mean, you always just...
You do the character.
You do it as that person.
Okay.
So it was always a part of my... Are you still on the phone?
Oh, no.
Because, no, I was just wondering, for politeness' sake, if she was on the phone just looking at the set going... while we like talked on and on.
We'll take, he'll shut up for just a second, and we'll come right back and we'll talk about the movie Second Sight.
Oh boy, that'll be fun.
And in our studio audience, Dawn has a question for Bronson Pinchot. Go ahead, Dawn.
I had a question. Ever since I've first seen the program, where is Mapos Island?
Mapos? It's in the, well, it doesn't exist, of course.
Well, right, but where's it supposed to be?
It would be in the eastern Mediterranean, like sort of maybe south of Rhodes, maybe, but in that area. Like if this is the Mediterranean, here's Turkey over here on the coast of Asia Minor, and here's Greece down here, and here's Crete, and here's Rhodes. It's like in here.
Oh. Tells me exactly.
When, you know, I told my writers that once, and they were like, okay. They really thought it was weird, but I mean, that's where it would be.
Sure.
Yes.
But I think it's like floating. I mean, you know, I think it really
moves.
floats around. But the interesting thing now, are there any Greek people here? Anybody that speaks Greek? You're not Greek. But this, I
But the
find
guy
this
in the
really
kilt
interesting.
raised his hand?
They made up the name of Mipos. Okay, and there is, you know, as you can see, just a little bit of a Greek flavor to the character. When I finally accepted the offer, I was in Greece, so I felt, you know, like he had sort of a Greek underpinning. But we didn't want to make him anything specific because we didn't want anyone to get offended if we said this is the dance of joy or this is whatever. So we left it imaginary. But, so it did have sort of this, you know, Greek flavor to it. And they made up the name of the island, Mipos, and Mipos is a Greek word, but they had no idea. It means maybe or possibility. Now, is that weird?
Perfect. That's great.
And they didn't know that?
They had no idea. They made it up. It used to be, in the original draft, it was Inokonos, and for no reason at all, they changed it to Mipos, and Mipos means like, you know, maybe.
Ooh,
Which I think is
Give us
fun.
a quick comment about the movie Second Sight, which we talked about briefly, but is a movie that doesn't score big, is that a detriment to a career such as yours?
I don't know if it is or not. It certainly isn't a help. But I don't, in the case of Second Sight, I don't even think, I actually don't think anybody even noticed. It was like there and gone so fast.
Maury, you'll tell us some stories.
Are we in the clip now?
Yeah. How was it working with Larroquette, though? Was he as funny to work with as he is
He
to
was
watch?
really delightful. We had a great time. We had a perfectly wonderful time.
Is he as brilliant a comedian as we see in Fitzmifflin?
I think in many ways he may even be funnier. He's really, really amusing in person and just delightful. I just love the guy.
Just, you know, conjecture. How many more seasons can Perfect Strangers run? Do you have any idea?
Well, I'm contracted for 2 more.
2 more.
And I have a feeling after 2 more, we may not have a choice. I mean, it just may be like, you know, there's so many new shows on the air with huge followings, we just may not be able to hold our own ratings-wise. But
I have to cut you off here because we're just flat out of time, Bronson. But enjoy the
the
Goodwill.
whole thing's over?
The whole thing
Yes,
is done.
that's it.
That is the shortest thing I've ever been through in my life.
Enjoy Seattle and the Goodwill Games and come back anytime. You're always welcome.
All righty.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.